Casi todos los latinos saben que el inglés abre puertas, pero pocos logran dominarlo sin estrés. El 87% de los latinos en Estados Unidos dice que aprenderlo es la clave del éxito. Y tú puedes hacerlo también, paso a paso y con confianza. Hoy te voy a mostrar un método que realmente funciona, sin frustrarte y sin sentirte perdido entre reglas gramaticales. ¿Estás listo? 1. Escucha comprensible diaria. Dedica solo 10-15 minutos a escuchar inglés que entiendas en un 70%. Puede ser un podcast, una serie con subtítulos o incluso videos de YouTube. Ahora probemos.
Emma wakes up early on Monday morning. The sun is shining through her window and she feels excited. Today, she will explore the city for the first time by herself. She gets dressed quickly, eats a small breakfast, and checks her bag to make sure she has everything: wallet, keys, phone, and a notebook. She smiles and opens the door. The streets are quiet in the morning. Emma walks along the park and notices children playing, birds flying, and people jogging. She takes a deep breath and enjoys the fresh air. The city feels big, but she is determined to learn her way around. She stops by a small cafe she saw yesterday. She orders a coffee and a sandwich and sits by the window. She watches people walking on the street while sipping her coffee. After finishing her breakfast, Emma leaves the cafe and walks towards the market. There are many small shops and stalls along the streets. She looks for fresh vegetables and fruits: tomatoes, carrots, lettuce, apples, and oranges. She picks up the ones that look the best. While she is shopping, a young man accidentally drops his bag. Papers fall everywhere. Emma quickly helps him pick them up. He smiles and thanks her. His name is Alex. They start talking and laugh about the small accident. They decide to walk together to the next street to see more shops. Emma enjoys seeing the bakery, where the smell of bread is amazing. She buys a small loaf and a few cookies. Alex buys coffee and a croissant. They sit on a bench near a fountain and continue talking about books, music, and movies. Emma feels happy to meet someone kind in a city where everything still feels new and unfamiliar. After some time, Emma says goodbye and walks back to her apartment. She feels tired but satisfied. At home, she puts away the vegetables in the fridge and places the bread on the counter. She makes herself a small lunch and sits by the window, enjoying the warm sunlight. She writes a list in her notebook: the museum, the library, the market, the park. She wants to visit these places in the next few days. In the afternoon, Emma decides to take the bus to the library. She checks the bus schedule on her phone and walks to the nearest stop. She waits for the bus and gets on when it arrives. She finds a seat near the window and looks out at the streets. The bus stops at many stations. She notices different neighborhoods, shops, and people on the streets. Emma takes notes in her notebook about the places she wants to visit later. At the library, she checks out a few books about history and English grammar. She sits down in a quiet corner and reads. Other people are studying or reading around her. The quiet atmosphere helps her focus. She enjoys the feeling of being in a place where learning and curiosity are valued. After a while, she returns the books and decides to explore a small park near the library. The park has benches, trees, and a small pond with ducks. She sits on a bench and watches the water. Emma feels peaceful. After dinner, Emma walks home. The streets are calm, and the lights from the shops and buildings make the city feel warm. She thinks about all the new things she did today. She takes off her jacket, puts on comfortable clothes, and prepares a small cup of tea. She sits by the window and writes in her notebook about her first day exploring the city. She smiles and thinks about tomorrow. There are many more places to see and experiences to enjoy. She feels more confident about living in this new city. Finally, Emma turns off the lights and lies down in bed. She closes her eyes and remembers the small moments of the day: helping Alex, enjoying the cafe, discovering new streets. She feels that even though she is far from home, she is starting to feel like this city could also be her home. Tomorrow, she thinks, she will wake up early again and explore even more. She falls asleep with a smile.
2. Repetición activa. No basta con escuchar. Repite frases completas en voz alta. Esto entrena tu pronunciación y tu memoria auditiva.
She gets dressed quickly, eats a small breakfast, and checks her bag to make sure she has everything. She smiles and opens the door. The streets are quiet in the morning. She takes a deep breath and enjoys the fresh air. She looks for fresh vegetables and fruits: tomatoes, carrots, lettuce, apples, and oranges. Emma quickly helps him pick them up. He smiles and thanks her. Emma feels happy to meet someone kind in a city where everything still feels new and unfamiliar. She feels tired but satisfied. She sits by the window and writes in her notebook about her first day exploring the city.
3. Uso inmediato. Usa lo que aprendes ese mismo día, aunque sea con una app, una nota de voz o hablando contigo mismo. El cerebro retiene lo que usa, no lo que solo lee.
Gracias por ver. Dios te bendiga.